Hello, my little recusants, and welcome back to another episode of our Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age 100% guide. I'll chat to you after this cutscene.
Such a great shame. I must confess, I thought you the one who would help us restore peace to Dalmascan. No matter, we hold the proof of your royal lineage. A maid of passing resemblance will serve our purposes now. As for you, my dear, the Empire requires you no more.
Not Penelo coming in clutch the moment she's back.
What was that?
The Nethicite.
Your Majesty does not disappoint. Ever quick to spurn an honorable surrender, as was your father.
You know nothing of my father!
So, we're now fighting Judge Geese, but we might as well take the time just to get rid of these other lackeys, just so we can focus them down. But with our magic from Ashe, they will be quickly dispatched. Penelo not doing bad either, in fairness to her. But now we get our combos with Vaan. Admittedly, if we had like Bosch, we probably would be doing more damage. But I mean, look, we have the combos from Vaan doing plenty of damage. Even the Erogas, or Arrows I should say, they're doing grand. And we finally unmasked one of them. Look at him. Look at the old man. Oh no, says he, I'm not intimidating at all now. Oh, the shame.
We've secured an Atomos. Come.
An Atomos? All skiff, no ship. Hardly fit for a leading man.
So I can fly it then?
You're mad.
Oh, Fran. She's like, calm down, Vaan. You are not getting anywhere near main character energy. Okay, calm down. And go watch her kids
faster?
Not yet.
Fran is so cool, calm and collected. She's like, girl, we just gotta, you know, it's like we're doing the boring jobs. Are you gonna go zoom zoom when you're doing a boring job? Look too enthusiastic?
They passed. We've gone too fast. They'd have noticed.
To freedom! Yeah, all of that was very quick, to be fair. All of that was very, very quick. We make our way back to Pajerba and back for more cutscenes. This is going to be a very cutscene intensive situation.
Balthier, your handkerchief. I thought you might want it back.
I shall wear it close to my heart.
Perhaps you forget all that Ondor has wrought.
I do not forget, Majesty. It was by his counsel, dangerous though it may have been, that we were able to free you. You must meet with him, Your Highness, and give ear to his words. He may act in league with the Empire, but his heart is not.
It is as he says. I ought not have kept Ondor at so great a distance for so long a time. I have played the fool.
You were only being cautious.
Majesty, I would ask you for some time. On our own, we struggle in vain to restore Dalmascan. I must search out some other way. Until I should find it, I would have Bosch remain at your side. Doubt him you may. But I measure his loyalty to Dalmascan no less than my own.
I know you would not speak so lightly. Very well.
Keep her well. Go to Ondor and there await my return.
So yeah, we have the full party here. We're all level 24, Ashe being 25. I mean, look, if she's the princess, she can be a level higher if she wants. But we basically have to go meet with your man Andor and be like, hey, Marquess, what's up? We have the princess. Are we vibing? Are we on the same side? What's the crack? But as you can imagine, that's then going to lead to a cutscene with him. And then after those developments, there's going to be some more cutscenes. But do not worry, we're going to have a massive swath of gameplay after these couple of cutscenes because it's a bit like Final Fantasy X. They got all the party reunited with Riku, and then they kind of gave us 2 long, sprawling maps to kind of wander about, get lost in the Thunder Plains and Macalania Woods. So we're going to basically have 2 big, long areas to explore, and we can talk about these cutscenes when we start exploring there. Talk to you then.
When Vossler learned my father had been killed the night of the treaty signing, he returned to Ravenastre, there to aid my escape. There was still time before Vane's reach extended too far. We thought that you could protect me.
However, when I then made the announcement that you had taken your own life, I must have seemed a model citizen of the Empire. The announcement, you see, was Vane's suggestion. Of course, at the time I was reluctant, but I could not perceive his reasons. Now it is clear he meant to drive a wedge between us.
Halim, we are past all this. Boucherba must stand with us. We can stop Vane.
I once knew a girl whose only wish was to be carried in her uncle's arms. Your Majesty is a woman grown now.
Then Boucherba will aid me.
Suppose for a moment you were to defeat Vane. What then? You cannot simply rebuild your kingdom with the only proof of your birthright stolen. Without that, the Grand Kiltias on Bo-Omises cannot and will not recognize your Majesty as the rightful heir. You may yet be a princess, but without proof of your identity, you are powerless. You will remain with me. We do nothing till the time is right.
I cannot just wait.
Then what does your Majesty propose we do?
Uncle Halim.
Incidentally, what is the going rate for rescuing princesses these days? Food would be a start. The good stuff, mind you.
This can be arranged, though it will take some time.
Time enough for a bath, I hope. Dirty business, you know. Best bring a change of clothes, too.
What are you doing? This is Balthier's ship.
I'm going to retrieve the Dawn Shard. It's the proof that I need. I know where it's hidden. I'll return his airship later.
Are you crazy?
This is something that I have to do. Not only for myself, but for all those who have fallen. I will not be made to hide. I'll fight alone if I must.
You still have Bosch, right? Besides, you can't just go around stealing people's ships. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to concentrate.
That's quite enough, Your Majesty. What do you think? A bit over the top?
In my line of work, you never know when something like this might come in handy.
I'm trying to concentrate.
I'm leaving you with the Marquis.
You can't!
Trust me, you're better off staying here.
Suppose you kidnapped me instead. You're a sky pirate, aren't you? Then steal me. Is that so much to ask?
What do you have that I would want?
The Dynast King's treasure. The Dawn Shard is but one of the riches that lie waiting in King Wraithwall's tomb.
King Wraithwall, you say?
Kidnapping royalty is a serious offense. It won't do much to lower the bounty on your head.
How much is the price on your head these days, I wonder?
Allow me to escort you in Vossler's place.
Will you be joining us?
What? Are you kidding? I don't want to stick around this place.
Then I'm coming too.
Canelo.
Don't leave me here.
Of course not.
Then it's settled. We should leave before the Marquis realizes she's missing, like proper kidnappers.
Dr. Sid, does this set Draclaw?
I have confirmed he receives funds from Lord Vane. His agency in the fall of Nabudis is also certain. Yet, with Judge Zect, who led the assault, missing, the truth remains difficult to ascertain.
The long, cold years have clouded my eyes. I cannot see my own son's heart.
My lord.
This illness will claim me. So then, who is to be my successor? The Senate fears the capable Peregrine Vane. They prefer a young, fledgling emperor. Gabranth, once in the past I laid siege to your homeland.
The Republic of Landis is long since gone. My allegiance lies wholly with the Empire.
Perhaps. But what of your brother? He did not accept us as you did. He fled to Dalmasca. Did you never think to follow him?
I follow his every move. He is an enemy of the Empire. He will be cut down.
So you would kill even your own brother for the Empire. Be that as it may, Gabranth, your ruthlessness is not without merit. But it must not become this way with Larsa. You must ensure that it does not.
So then you ask me to be his sword, to strike where he might not.
Rather be his shield. Gabranth, keep your close watch on Vane. His is the keenest blade of all.
My lord.
Do this for me, Gabranth. I could not bear to see my sons war with each other again.
He needs an elf strepsil or a bit of Exputex, God love him. No more than myself. But so much has happened. Let's talk about it. We're after going to the Dalmasca Westersand. We're going to now cross across other deserts, a bit like the Cenubia Desert. Oh, another cutscene. I'll pause again.
This come in handy often?
It's tough being popular. Wouldn't want any admirers dropping in while we're away. Well now, that's as far as she goes. We'll be in yacht from here onwards.
Across the Sand Sea, to the Valley of the Dead, and to King Wraithwall's tomb below.
So when you're in yacht, skystones don't work at all. That's why we gotta hoof it the rest of the way, you see?
Happy you get to teach me something for a change?
Well, if you want to be a sky pirate, you gotta know your... Hey, what do you mean for a change?
Come on.
At least we thought to bring entertainment.
So anyway, the party's all here. We now have to basically... They're basically saying that there's some sort of environmental interference that won't let the ship fly, so we have to walk. Which, I mean, there always has to be some sort of contrivance as to why we don't just fly to every single destination. 10-2 didn't have that issue, but again, that was a special case. But we have to cuff it across the most gorgeous of areas, you know? I mean, who wouldn't want to go into the sea of sand? And then, you know, after that beautiful stroll, we then head over to the Valley of the Dead. And then check out some local history with, like, an ancient monarch's tomb. It's literally fun for all the family. That's why all our gang brought, you know, the 2 peasant kids along with the royal attaché and, you know, the chauffeur rather, in Balthier. I don't know what language I was even using there. But another CGI cutscene, and there's actually no words in this, so I can kind of just take the moment to kind of be like, this is just gorge. Like, they wouldn't have been able to render it the same in like normal graphics, but like this is where if Final Fantasy 12 got like a remake sort of situation like with Final Fantasy 7, oh my god, you could make like the sand sea look gorgeous. But it is literally like a sea of flowing sand. Magic sand. And wouldn't you not be roasting though? My boy Vaan is in like leather and metal. Wouldn't your chest not just be sunburnt like?
So where exactly is Wraithwall's tomb?
Far to the west. We must first cross the Yogir Yensa, and beyond that the Nam Yensa, before we reach the tomb. An expanse of desert larger still than all of Dalmasca. We must pace ourselves. If you grow tired, we stop and take rest.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm tougher than I look.
You are at that.
I like how all the characters, even though they literally, in some cases, have, like, nothing to do with each other, we're all just really kind and, like, careful with each other, which is really cute. Like, Bosch is just giving that, like, older uncle energy of, like, listen, little one, like, we have a long walk, but if you need to have an out sit down, and an out sandwich, and a bit of your Capri Sun, you know, we can do that. And then Penelo's just like, listen, I'm grand. But make sure you collect that one. There's an ability there, Infuse. Listen, even me now in post-editing, I don't exactly know what it does. I think it gives you back mana. I think. Or is that charge? It's some sort of ability. I'll look at it later. I'll look at it, like, not even next episode because this is all one big recording session. But, you know, at the same time, it's there. Infuse is important. We need to collect every single technique and spell in the game. So, you know, we need to be making sure we're stopping and collecting all these. You'll also see me opening up the map an awful lot. Now, I've tried to kind of cut it out because I literally am just checking. And the only thing I'm checking for is, have I fully explored each area of the map? And basically, if there's any area in grey that has not been, like, coloured over, then it's missing. And, you know, we'll have to circle back here and do it again. So what I'm saying is, for areas like this, where, you know, it is just traipsing around and looking for new areas and finding new things, maybe it's best to just try and circle around and just make sure you filled up an area before you move on to the next area, because then you don't have to backtrack. And, I mean, all you're looking to do is collect items and stuff, so, like, why not? Now, you can see again, we're getting... Oh, Sleep, a lovely black magic spell. I don't think I very much use it much in the playthrough, but I mean, we've also found another unique spell that we don't have to go traipsing back to here to find, which is always a plus. What you will see is we're getting like succulent fruit, which is a good thing that we can sell, But you're also seeing that we're getting a ton of... What's the word? We're getting a ton of pebbles as well. So, you know, that isn't the best thing in the world. And as I say, I'm kind of thinking, okay, do I need Penelo wasting all of her MP every 10 seconds by just putting Protect and Shell on everyone all the time? And I'm kind of thinking, maybe if I just change it to like HP 80. But then I realized, oh, but then HP 60 won't proc. So, look, I'll be figuring out the gambits. But basically, like, while you do want your characters to have Protect and Shell on, you can't have your mages wasting all their MP as they're just running around, you know?
A construct to draw oil from the ground. Abandoned many years now, it seems.
Did Dalmascans build this?
No, the Rosarians. Their empire lies far to the west, ever at war with Arcadia. Heedless of the kingdoms caught in their midst. Dalmasca, Nabrodia, Landis.
'Tis the small craft's fate to watch the list of the galleons and pray for light winds.
Vossler, why are you here?
Imagine my surprise when upon my return to Bogerba, I find both you and the Lady Ashe have vanished. I thought you above consorting with sky pirates.
Balthier is a man worthy of our trust, and it was the Lady Ashe's decision. I am content to lend my arm, as I could not when Rassler died, when her throne was taken. Never again. I will defend her this time.
You walked the Knight's path. The Lady Ashe?
We should leave this place.
Let me guess. Sandstorm?
Something far worse.
I see. So the Dawn Shard does lie in King Wraithwall's tomb. The Marquis sympathizes with your plight, yet the Empire perches as a carrion bird on his shoulder. He can keep whispers of your abduction silent for only so long.
Yes. Tell me, Vossler, what have you accomplished?
We leave at once. This is Urutan Yensa territory, and they are unfond of visitors.
Now listen. I know I keep mentioning the Star Wars similarities, but we are on Tatooine and we're being accosted by sand people. And maybe this is also Dune. I don't know, you know, I'm not sure. Are these Fremen? Are they sand people? But all I know is our sci-fi have now desert dwelling, sand surfing people. And I don't know if I can cope. I'm not quite able, because they also are kind of small and look a bit like Ewoks.
Looks like we've attracted the wrong sort of attention.
Oh,
Let's
there's
quit
just
this
so
place
much.
while we still can. Move!
Vossler, have you found the means to restore Dalmasca?
First, we must claim the Dawn Shard. It all begins with that.
Amy Vossler back again. And if we weren't so overpowered, I'd be like, Vossler is much needed. But now it's just overkill, basically. But, again, I'm only checking the map because, again, we need to make all of the map white. And, like, not be, you know, covered in fog of war, you know? But, again, just to talk to you guys about all the big cutscenes. Because I kind of, you know, we've kind of been talking through. But, basically, Ashe was under pressure. Her uncle is the Marquis, and then he's like, listen, they've all been kind of playing us all against each other and like trapping us in like a web of lies, you know, saying that like, you know, Ashe was dead, and then, you know, saying that Bosch was dead. It was just turning everybody against us. They couldn't feel like they could trust each other because they seemed all in league with the Empire and whatnot. So now Ashe is like, well, you know, I don't care. I'm going to be going. I'm going to be getting my birthright, proving myself that I am, you know, who I say I am. And one of the only ways to do that is by getting the Dawn Shard, which is held in secret in her ancestor's tomb. Now, as we travel around and travel on the Sansi here. It's actually nearly better to have smaller parties, particularly when we're this over leveled, that we can be getting more EXP per enemy. And then once we get to like level 25 or 26, we can then swap the parties out, etc. But you just have to make sure, as you're going around each area, that you take the time to go and find every nook and cranny so that we don't have to backtrack again. Now, what I am worried about is that Ashe seems to be running low on MP quite a lot. Now, she has plenty, and there's enough little bits of running around that she'll get a little bit of MP back. The golden amulet is going to be so clutch. I kind of end up collecting it and then not realize its importance until much later. But we'll look at the golden amulet, its importance, as well as other plans and story progression beats as we continue through this massive oil rig onto King Wraithwall's tomb and, you know, furthering the story. But I have been the RPG Recusant. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a continued good morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you decided to sit down and watch this. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, consider subscribing if you haven't, and leave a comment on what you think of the story so far and if you're traveling along. Hope you have a good day. Have a good one. Thanks so much.